Hey guys, still down here in the lower left corner instead of the lower right corner. Hope you guys found me okay. So let's see, we're on lesson 11, level 5. Let's jump straight into it. So we're learning about the body element, okay? So here are the directions. Find the body rule set in the style sheet. So let me move myself over here. Let's go to the style sheet. Let's raise this up a little bit. And it says find the body rule. Here it is right here. You can see the only rule in there so far is to set the background color to tan. Okay. And now it says, discuss with a partner, that's me, I'll do it with you right now, what you think will happen if you add text align, color, and other properties to the body rule set. Well, what do you think is going to happen if we do text align, change the color of the text, change the size of the text, change the font family and stuff like that? What do you think is going to happen? It's not rocket science. Of course, it's going to change how the website looks. It's going to change how the text looks, right? That's the whole point. So try out, it says at the bottom, it says try out some different properties to check your guesses. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to move myself back down out of the way so I can do this work with you so you can see what's going on. So before I do that though, let's take a look at these questions, okay? We already know about the body selector and the color property. Let's look at text align, okay? Text align property aligns text to the left, right, or center. We know that, okay? What does text decoration property do? Okay, text decoration puts a line, and you already learned this stuff too. It puts a line over the text, under the text, or through the text. Okay, we know that. What does the font family property do? You guys already know all this stuff, right? Font family could be like Arial or Helvetica. All right, let's go on. And font size, we know all that. Okay, you remember you can use general terms like small, medium, large, or the way we've been doing it mostly is we've been setting a pixel size for the text, okay? So I would say stick with that because almost everything else you're going to do as far as setting the border of an image or anything else, you're going to be using pixels. So just stick with that system. It's going to be better for your brain to just remember it that way. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's go. All right, so I'm in the style sheet right now. And remember, we want to just add some different properties to the body rule set. And we want to be adding text properties to change the text in the whole web page. Remember, if we do it in the body rule, that would be line 1 right here in the middle. If we do our text properties in the body instead of like in the H1 rule or the H2 rule or the paragraph rule, if we do it in the body, then whatever we say is going to be applied to all the text in the entire web page. But that's what we're learning, okay? So let's do it. So let's see, let's change maybe, let me get this out of the way a little bit more. Let's change this so we can see more of the website. Okay, let's change the font family, huh? Font family. Let's go with fantasy. How about that? With a colon, with a semicolon. And now remember, we're having to click refresh and save to see our changes, right? Okay. That didn't seem to work. Okay, that's interesting. So, okay. That's probably because it's already fantasy. Okay. So we're already looking at fantasy. Let's try a different one. I don't usually use fantasy that often, so let's try a different one. Font family. Let's change it to cursive. Okay, let's click refresh and save. Okay. Now, the reason why we're being overruled on like the title, that is obviously not cursive. Okay, you can see that it's cursive here. That's because in H1 and H2 rules, the font family is set to sans serif, which is what you're seeing at the top of the web page. So if there is a tag in the HTML file, like H1 or H2, and there's a rule for that tag in the CSS file for H1 and H2, then that property for font family overrides the one that I'm setting page-wide. Okay, so the specific one for sans serif for H1 is going to override. It's going to make the one I just said in the body, the browser is going to ignore it. Okay, so just remember that. So there's some orders are more important than others. The ones that are specific to a tag in the HTML file are going to override anything you set in the body. Okay, so let's do our semicolon. Let's go to the next line. Let's say, what else do we want to do? We want to do color. Color, how about something like aqua? See, now, why did that affect all the text on the web page instead of just some of the text? That's because, guess why? I bet you know. There is no color specified for H1. So the fact that I'm specifying a color in the body applies to all the text because there's nothing in the H1 rule to override that. And there's nothing in the H2 rule to override that either. That's why all the text on the web page is now aqua, because there's no other rule anywhere. Let's check the paragraph tag down here. Get myself out of the way. Do you see a color down here for the paragraph text? No. So that's why when I set the color aqua for the body, it's going to apply to every single thing. Okay, you guys getting the idea? I think you got it. Now, whatever other properties you're going to specify, like text decoration or text, let's go with text align. Okay, let's say center. Now everything is floating around in the center of the web page. Okay, looks pretty nice actually. I like it. We got a little problem with what's happening right here with that third image, but we could fix that with a float for a float. Let's see, the float for the images is left. I'm not sure why that's happening. We'd have to look at that a little bit more, but I think you guys get it now. Okay, so if you specify something in the body, it's going to apply to everything on the web page, unless there's something that overrides that in one of the other rules that's specific to an HTML tag in the HTML file. Got it? All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Good job.